Today we'll continue with my World Tour series, where various players submit their save files and I select a world every month to review and to showcase to all my viewers. Previously we reviewed a very sleek and futuristic looking world, but then we did a complete 180 into the whimsical and fantastical world of Satisfactory, where creativity has no bounds. If you'd like to see the showcase for these two worlds, then click the card above. In the two previous showcases, we went from sleek futuristic to creative city builds, but today we'll be showcasing a truly mega build from Factor Builds. You can see more of his work on his YouTube channel, the link is in the description and the pinned comment. And before we get into his magnificent build, let's have a quick sneak peek. The very first thing that strikes you about this building is that it is absolutely massive. It is insane. Just have a look at the view from up here. From this angle here, you can see how much of the actual dune desert it occupies. It's covering up like 50 to 60% of the entire dune desert. Well, enough chit chat, let's get straight into the tour. So starting the next morning, bright and early, we've got this resource well just outside the main gate. These resource wells can be quite tricky to work with, but he did an excellent job here, and we're going to touch on two other examples a bit further on. Just on the other side of the resource well, we've got the main entrance, just beyond this very busy intersection that is feeding tons of raw resources into the basement of the building. As we move through the main gate, we'll be panning to the left hand side to reveal a field of power generators, burning away a rocket fuel to supplement the world power grid. To add to these already numerous generators are these imposing tower blocks housing even more rocket fuel power generators. The central tower is flanked by one fuel generator block tower to the left hand side and another to the right hand side. Moving further down to the left hand side, we find a nitrogen gas facility nested right next to a series of nuclear power plants, which forms the backbone of the world's power grid. This area is just a hive of activity as drones and trains go about their business. Having a quick look inside reveals a very clean and organized floor layout, with refineries and blenders dominating the space above a rail and train station below. Looking at the nuclear structure from above gives you a much better idea of the actual size of this one building, and even it is dwarfed by its colossal neighbor. Moving much further afield, we find another resource well with a very interesting looking design and some excellent pipework. Having a network of pipes suspended from the ground and following them as they snake through the valley all the way to the previously shown nitrogen facility is very satisfying. And while we're here, I just had to show these drone ports tucked alongside the rails as the train enters and exits the area. Now we found ourselves on the opposite side of the complex, where all the water needed for both the tower and the nuclear plants are sourced, and this is anything but a small operation. Here again, I need to compliment Factor's skill when it comes to pipework and his very clean and organized layout. Truly appreciate it. As I was touring the facility, I saw these small structures everywhere. I really like these compartments for the conveyor belts as they make their way to the tower. Completely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. Let's take a step back now and follow one of the multitude of trains as they make their way into the factory. This train ride will give us a much better idea of the general layout as we head into the base of the tower. Seeing the amount of train stations in the background should give you a good idea of just how big this tower base is. From here, all the raw resources are funneled to a series of vertical buses that feed all the machinery above. Another nice little touch here is a heap of empty storage containers placed around the train stations. It just gives it a very industrial and organic feel. From here, we're going to head upstairs into what he has designated as Sector 1, which houses the majority of the basic production machines. As you can see, this area is just littered with clusters of constructors, very neatly organized into separate blocks with wide open walkways and very interesting lighting choice. It does give it a very industrial look and feel. Something else I've noticed as I tour this area is the wide open spaces for walkways, and then the clusters of machines in a very congested manner does give it a very interesting contrasting look between very busy and very open. Heading into Sector 2 now, we can see a much more open plan design, with massive windows all around to let in a ton of natural light, complemented by the lights overhead and just illuminating all the machines in their designated areas. I really do enjoy the layout of this area, as it feels more spacious yet still busy and not empty at all. Again, those areas littered with constructors, but you'll also find a fair amount of assemblers as well as manufacturers, just showing the slightly more complex production happening on this floor. And again, all these products constructed are just being pushed up further up into the tower, where yet more complex manufacturing is occurring. Pushing into Sector 4, we can see one of the many scattered teleporters all over the place. You are able to reach the other floors using a staircase, but a teleporter, though a little expensive resource-wise, does make sense in a structure this large. Moving up another floor, we find the aluminium production area, with water coming all the way from the previously shown area via packaged water all the way to the site for aluminium production, and in the background you can see all of the vertical buses still feeding the floors above. The one thing that's very noticeable when you tour this tower is the consistent use of color throughout the bottom sections all the way up to this section right here. But as we move into the rocket fuel production area, you can see it mixing it up with red color and red lighting to great effect. This area in particular is very striking with this red glow on the main central bus. About midway up the tower, we come across this interesting looking storage room. As somebody that appreciates central storages, I do approve of this room. Moving a bit further up in the tower, we've reached what seems to be a bit more of an advanced production area. Here you can find the production of various electrical components, circuit boards, high-speed connectors and computers. Taking a quick look outside will give you an idea of how high up we are, and we're not even close to the top of the tower yet. with us now almost at the top of the tower with another advanced production area. And the one thing that really stuck out to me on this area is this particle accelerator. These machines are quite large and sometimes very difficult to house within the factory. Having it sunken into the ground is just a very practical way of fitting a really large machine onto a production floor without making it feel and look out of place. And having this ring of lights all around just emphasizes this machine even more. Having reached the top floors, we find a very contrasting design to the floors below. The deep blue light and the exotic machines humming away as production drums on gives this area a very eerie look and feel. It's almost alien in design, and the lack of external windows really emphasizes this otherworldly feeling. And with that, we conclude this tour of Factor Build's Mega Tower. There is much more to show in this world, as it still is very much a work in progress. If you would like a follow-up video showcasing the rest of this world, then please comment below, and if you enjoy this kind of content, subscribe to the channel and drop the video a like. Before I let you go, I'd like to thank Factor Builds for giving us the opportunity to tour his world and for me to showcase this truly impressive Mega Tower. That's it from my side, and I'll see you guys on the next one.